Have you ever wondered how we got from a simple comic book to the billion-dollar superhero blockbusters we see today? It wasn't a straight line. It was a journey filled with incredible creative risks, brilliant minds, and characters who would change pop culture forever. Let's travel back in time and uncover the secret history of superheroes. Our story begins in the darkest days of the Great Depression. The year is 1938. People are desperate for a hero, a symbol of hope, and they get one. Two young creators, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, introduce the world to a character who can leap tall buildings in a single bound, who is faster than a speeding bullet. Superman is born. He isn't just a character, he's a phenomenon. In a world gripped by economic despair and the looming threat of war, Superman represents the ultimate power for good, an incorruptible force fighting for truth and justice. He is the American dream personified, an immigrant from another world who dedicates his life to protecting his new home. The success of Action Comics #1, featuring Superman's debut, is astronomical. It doesn't just launch a character, it launches an entire industry. The golden age of comics has begun. The overwhelming popularity of Superman opens the floodgates. Publishers are scrambling to find their own Man of Steel. Just 1 year later, in 1939, a new kind of hero emerges from the shadows. In the pages of Detective Comics #27, Bob Kane and Bill Finger introduce the Batman. Unlike the godlike Superman, Batman is entirely human. He's driven not by altruism, but by a vow of vengeance born from childhood trauma. He operates in the dark, using fear as a weapon. This is a massive creative risk. Creating a hero with such a dark, psychologically complex origin story for a medium primarily aimed at children was unheard of. Batman is a vigilante, a creature of the night, existing in a morally gray world. Yet audiences are captivated. The introduction of Batman proves that superheroes don't have to be perfect. Shining beacons, they can be flawed, haunted, and deeply human. The trinity of this era is completed in 1941 with the arrival of Wonder Woman, created by psychologist William Moulton Marston. Wonder Woman is more than just a female counterpart to the male heroes. She is a symbol of love, peace, and feminine power. Sent from the island of the Messira, as an emissary of peace, she is as strong as Superman but wields a lasso of truth, compelling honesty rather than just pummeling villains. Marston intentionally designed her to be a new kind of role model, one who triumphs with compassion as much as with strength. During World War II, these heroes Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman become powerful propaganda tools. They are seen on comic book covers, punching out dictators, selling war bonds, and inspiring a sense of patriotism and hope on the home front. They aren't just entertainment anymore. They are part of the cultural fabric of the nation, symbols of American strength and ideals during a time of global conflict. The Golden Age solidifies the superhero as a modern myth. But as the war ends and the 1950s roll in, the world changes. The optimism of victory gives way to the paranoia of the Cold War. Superheroes, with their simple black and white morality, start to feel a bit dated. Sales decline. The industry faces a new threat, not from a supervillain but from a book called Seduction of the Innocent, which claims comics are corrupting America's youth. This leads to the creation of the Comics Code Authority, a strict set of self-censorship rules that sanitizes stories and stifles creativity. For a while, it seems like the age of heroes might be over. The genre languishes, dominated by romance, westerns, and funny animal comics. It's a bleak period for superheroes. But then, a flash of lightning strikes. In 1956, a DC Comics showcase introduces a new version of a Golden Age hero, The Flash. This isn't the original Jay Garrick, but a new character, Barry Allen, a police scientist who gains super speed in a lab accident. The new Flash is sleek, scientific, and modern. His success is electric, and it signals the start of a new era, the Silver Age of comics. This revival inspires a small, struggling publishing house called Timely Comics to rebrand and take a gamble. That company would soon be known as Marvel Comics. At its helm is a writer and editor named Stan Lee, and alongside him, a team of groundbreaking artists like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. Together, they are about to revolutionize everything. Stan Lee had a radical idea. What if superheroes weren't perfect? What if they had real-world problems? In 1961, Marvel Comics releases the Fantastic Four. This isn't a team of stoic, perfect heroes. They are a dysfunctional family. They bicker, they have egos, they struggle with their newfound powers. The Thing is a tragic monster, trapped in a rocky form. The Human Torch is a hot-headed teenager. Reed Richards is a brilliant but emotionally distant leader. They are a soap opera as much as a superhero team. This was the Marvel method in action. Heroes with feet of clay. The risk pays off. Readers connect with these flawed, relatable characters in a way they never had before. This formula changes the game. Soon after, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko create a character that would become the face of Marvel, Spider-Man. Peter Parker isn't a billionaire or an alien. He's a nerdy high school student from Queens. He's bitten by a radioactive spider and gets incredible powers, but his life doesn't magically get better. In fact, it gets more complicated. He has to worry about paying rent, doing his homework, and getting the girl, all while fighting The core of his character is the tragic lesson that with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Spider-Man resonates with young readers on a deeply personal level. He is one of them. For the first time, a teenager isn't just a sidekick. He is the main hero, struggling with problems that every teenager faces. The Marvel Revolution continues with a flood of complex characters. The Hulk is a modern Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a scientist whose genius is locked in a battle with his own uncontrollable rage. The X-Men are a team of mutants, feared and hated by the very world they are sworn to protect. They are a powerful allegory for the civil rights movement, tackling themes of prejudice and bigotry head-on. Iron Man, Tony Stark, is a weapons manufacturer with a bad heart, who must literally build a new one to become a hero. These aren't just stories about good versus evil anymore. They are sophisticated narratives about identity, society, responsibility, and the human condition. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and Steve Ditko didn't just create characters. They created a universe filled with people you could believe in, despite their incredible abilities. So what's the ultimate legacy of these creative risks? It's everything. The decision to give Superman a simple, powerful ideal of hope during the Depression, the choice to create a dark, human hero like Batman, the revolutionary idea to give heroes flaws, worries, and relatable problems, as Stan Lee and Jack Kirby did. These weren't just business decisions, they were acts of creative bravery. They laid the foundation for a new form of storytelling, one that could be both wildly entertaining and deeply profound. They elevated the comic book from a piece of disposable children's entertainment to a legitimate art form, a modern mythology for the 20th and 21st centuries. Every time you watch a superhero movie, every time you see a character grapple with their identity or make a difficult moral choice, you are seeing the legacy of those early pioneers. From a single hero of hope in 1938 to the sprawling, multi-billion-dollar cinematic universes of today, the story of superheroes is a testament to the power of taking a creative risk. It's a reminder that the most enduring stories are often the ones that dare to be different, that dare to show us not just the heroes we want to be but the flawed, complicated, and ultimately human people we are. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through comic book history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you next time.